Hello everyone, and welcome to a later update video than normal for the turn-based game. So this is going to be the turn-based games part 2. Usually I'd be doing a release video for today for this game, but there's a lot that I want to do with this one, and 1 week is just not enough time to produce a fun and engaging game. I've also been dealing with a little bit of burnout and really needed some time to relax, which is why you may have noticed that I didn't post anything yesterday. Anyways, let's talk about the game and its features. So what is this game all about? Well, when I was starting this game, I knew I was going to be close to Pokemon combat, where you have a few options to kind of fight around, but the more I thought of this, making it kind of like a Pokemon game, then you need a lot of creatures, abilities, and mechanics, which also wouldn't fit into a short design process for this game. So I came up with a more Souls-like approach to combat, since I've been recently investing a lot of time into those games on the weekends. From our action Souls games, there's really only 4 options in combat. You're either attacking, blocking and parrying, dodging, or recovering your stamina. A quick overview of how the combat works in my game is agility is more or less your speed when it comes to all the actions. So the higher agility you have, your attack will always land first. I also have a mechanic that allows some staggering, so whoever does hit first has a 50% chance to interrupt the other person's action. However, blocking will always act first, so if the opponent hits you while blocking, it stuns them for the next action, allowing for a free hit. So a good kind of mechanic would be to dodge or to block a hit and then follow it up with an attack of your own. Dodging at the moment also gives us a hidden +5 agility to help with dodging attacks. So when you're getting attacked by an enemy, if you do the dodge and your agility isn't actually higher than theirs, but that +5 does give you a little bit over the edge, then you're going to be dodging the attack no problem. I think I'm also going to be adding a +5 to your next action as well. So while you're fighting and then you dodge, it makes your next attack a little bit quicker, so it also gives it a little bit more viability instead of just always blocking and attacking. Lastly, the backstep acts as your kind of energy gain, but it also acts as a dodge. So you can use this to also perhaps use it as a weight. So a lot of the time an enemy will spam a dodge or a block, so obviously you don't want to attack into that, and you don't really want to use a block or a dodge yourself because that uses stamina. So using the backstep is a good option to keep your stamina filled and also not waste any energy or staggering yourself. However, backstepping doesn't give you any hidden boost for dodging, so if the enemy does have a higher agility, they'll hit you through your backstep. And same with you, if you have a higher agility, you can attack enemies through their backstep. Now that we kind of know what the combat is like, kind of when I'm creating my enemies or creatures, I give them kind of a list of actions so they have a unique pattern in combat. So again, much like Souls-like games, if you're struggling on a mob, just kind of try and learn what their attack pattern is by reading the combat log as well. I think it's very possible for a good player to beat the game entirely with no hits, while other players might struggle on the later levels when the action patterns start getting pretty lengthy and bosses start doing kind of their own thing. So that's how combat works, and I'm pretty happy with it. It looks a little rigid from the outside. I'd like to add some effects and animations, kind of just juice up the action a bit and make it feel a little bit more punchy like a Souls game. Another feature in the game at the moment is potions. So earlier in the week I thought it would be my fix to having no items, and it lets the player kind of customize their build a little bit. So far it's not bad. Potions will give you a permanent +1 to whatever skill the potion is for. However, playing those Souls-like games, it is all about getting the loot and items. So bosses and mobs, they usually drop some sort of items, and then you can use those for your build. For example, with items, you could have a new stat as well, something like intelligence, and then based on your weapon, it'll scale off of strength or intelligence or whatever. But for the scope of that, I think realistically we kind of keep it to still 4 stats, and the kind of items will be just kind of strength items. So everyone's going to be kind of doing a strength build, but you're going to be kind of like rolling the dice, and that's where the roguelike elements come in when you're getting random drops off of mobs. So what is the future of this game and when will it release? Well, I was hoping to release a demo today, however the state that it's in is not ideal. So far there's no menus and there's only 3 or 4 areas to explore. So with that said, I'm going to be kind of holding off on the release and trying to finish off all the level design early next week so that I can start implementing the item and inventory system. So that's going to be kind of the biggest holdup, is going to be trying to create all of these different items and of course polishing the game and adding all the juice that makes it feel fun. Otherwise, if I didn't do that, you'd be getting a very half-baked game that's not with all the ideas that I want for it. Now to kind of just talk about my posting schedule here. I don't think there's going to be a How It's Made releasing tomorrow. I'll be in and out all weekend, so I don't really know if there's any time to record that. So do look for a new one coming next week, especially if I have a little more time, maybe during the week. And also next week's schedule for posting updates on this game will likely come out either Tuesday or Wednesday for an update video, and then of course Friday the release video. Anyways, I hope you're liking how it looks and you're enjoying the gameplay on your screen. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking this video, sharing it with friends, and subscribing to the channel. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in next week's update video.